Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Minecraft today. It's Wednesday and it is a new day on the Citadel server because we have updated the server to 1.21.5. So we are going to be able to take advantage of the dry grass, the cactus flowers, and a few of the other things that are in 1.21.5 as we go and do more landscaping around Westhill. Even some interior decorating maybe. We might be able to use some of the plants inside, so we'll have to see what's up with that. There's also going to be cow and pig variants, although I don't know if we're going to be using those that much. I don't have any animals in Westhill right now. That might change, but for now we don't have anything. And there is a desert nearby, so Westhill is just south of a large desert, so we should be able to go get some new stuff up there. We'll have to see if we have to go to like new chunks, but I don't remember the last time I flew up that far, so it'll be a pretty easy to tell, I think, whether we need to go farther to find some stuff. But we also have a bunch of mods and different things that have been updated, and the only thing I could not get to work right is MiniHUD. And I don't use it for a lot, but over the last few weeks we've been doing a lot of inside stuff and a lot of lighting. And one of the cool things about MiniHUD is that you press a button and it shows you the block light level as a number on the ground visually, and I really like it, and I can't get it to work right now, so not sure exactly how that's going to work. But let's just flip over so I can go over some of the mods that we have and show you what's up. So a lot of the mods are going to be quality of life stuff. I don't really do a lot of gameplay mods. It's usually like maps and lighting and things like that. Mikatu, thanks very much for the Prime sub, 2 months in a row. That brings you to the Earth level as your sub badge. Very much appreciated. Welcome in, good to see you. The Carter, hello. Moira's here, Dan is here. Retro, welcome back. Bali, hello. Dan, 0T666, what's up? So, in the mods here, some of these, again, are just visual stuff. So, 3D skin layers, just does what it sounds like. It gives you more 3D stuff on your person. Armor poster we used last time. That's how we got the shields above the mantle. So that's just like a different version of the armor statue pack. Better F3 screen. That is something that just changes the colors of your F3 screen so it's easier to see what's going on. Bobby mod allows you to see farther on the client than the server will render. So the server render distance for performance is still the standard 16 chunks. I've got my render distance set to 28 chunks. And the reason for that is because Westhill is like 24 chunks wide. And I wanted to be able to see all of Westhill when I'm there. And so that's why my render distance is so far right now. Continuity is connected textures. Ferrite core is performance. Free cam allows us to fly around and look at stuff. It's similar to, not survival, spectator mode, but just allows you to kind of pop the camera off of your person, which saves me a lot of flying around when I'm doing a roof or something like that. Iris is for shaders. We've been using those for a while. Labeled shulker boxes. This is new. This is replacing the Shulker Plus mod, which is no longer supported, and it is really good. It allows you to add items and blocks to the tops of Shulker boxes. It allows you to change the way that they're displayed in your inventory, and unlike Shulker Plus, when you use a block, it doesn't stick out of the Shulker box. It just uses the top texture. So we'll explore that when we get in, because I want to label my Shulker boxes because I have a lot and it gets kind of confusing as to what is in what. So I think that this is going to be very helpful. Lithium is just a performance mod, and mod menu is what we're looking at now. Most tweaks just allows me to move items back and forth a little bit faster in my inventory to different places. Replay mod is for content creation. I don't really use it that much. Shulker box tooltip allows me to peek inside a shulker box when it's in my inventory. I can't access it, but I can at least look inside of it and see what's what. Simple voice chat is to chat with my server mates in game. Sodium is a performance mod for visuals. View bobbing options. This is great for anybody that gets motion sick, because I find that Minecraft really bothers me a lot when the crosshair kind of bounces back and forth, and this removes the bouncing of the crosshair, but still lets your hand, with whatever tool you have, pickaxe or sword or whatever, to bob around in the view. So it doesn't feel too smooth. Like, it still feels like you're walking, but it removes the screen bobbing, which is great. And then we've got Zero's mini-map and Zero's world map, and those are both pretty self-explanatory. I keep a mini-map in the top right-hand corner, and the world map is something I use to help build Westhill. And then Zoomify, and that's just a simple hotkey to zoom in and zoom out. So we'll log in. Hey, MindTripMedia, thanks for the 100 bits. Very much appreciated. And Snakes Attack. Recently found your channel, and you're giving out good content in a nice game. Thanks very much. If you want to join the Discord, you can use your Prime sub here on Twitch, or you can use a Patreon subscription. Patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's the most affordable way to support me and join the Discord. Hermes, hello, hello. Do you know what troubles you were running into with MiniHUD? I have it working 1.21.5, and I'm happy to help if you can be. Sure. The hotkey doesn't work. Like I can't get the HUD to come up. Doesn't matter what I do. I've changed. H and C are supposed to be your hotkeys, but I've got C assigned to the zoom key. But even when I remove the C from the zoom key, I still can't get any mini-HUD stuff to come up. Also, does mini-HUD show up here? Because I can't get it to show up here either. Man, I am now 3 weeks post-cold, and well, not post-cold, but 3 weeks after the beginning of getting sick, and I feel fine, but my voice is still screwed. It should be here, right? And that's what I thought. And I don't understand what's going on. And what version of the mod do you have in your folder? I have the latest version. Let me just open that up real quick. Today is probably going to be a lot of troubleshooting, folks, just so you know. But hopefully it'll be helpful for anybody that's doing the same thing. MiniHUD 1.21.5-0-35-1. So I'll copy that into chat just so that you have it. That's what I've got. I really don't like GitHub, and that's where we have to download MiniHUD from, because that's where the person that's maintaining it puts it. And I don't find it intuitive. I don't find that they support the problems. Like I don't see any communication from the person writing it at all. Best way to find MiniHUD is to go into key bindings under options. And again, it is not there. Gameplay, inventory, creative mode, multiplayer, miscellaneous, free cam, replay mod, view bobbing options, voice chat, Zero's mini map, Zero's world map, Zoomify, and Iris. It is not there. Malib Fabric 1.21 24.1. I don't know if I have that version. Yep. Right above it. That's exactly what I have. Nothing happens if I press H, Delara. That's the problem. Nothing. The default key for MiniHUD is H, and to bring up settings for MiniHUD is supposed to be H and C together, but it doesn't work. Hey, Mr. 7, subscribing with Prime 2 months in a row. Appreciate that. Let me just close this window here. I'm sorry I'm so froggy today, folks. I was fine 5 minutes ago. Mosaic Dream, hello, thank you. Mr. 7, thanks very much for the Prime sub. I really much appreciate it. Joel, just a LYK letting you know about Tables and Chairs 2. I'm fixing the bug you mentioned and releasing a new version with some new features today within the hour. Oh, very cool. Thanks very much, Mr. When it's ready, either at me here on Twitch or on Discord, and I'll see if I can install it maybe in my first break. I'll update. That would require a server restart, I think, but that shouldn't be a problem. Unfortunately, with 1.21.5, and whatever version of sodium we have, which is the latest, and the new shaders from Reimagine, my frame rate is like 30. I was getting 46 for the longest time, but now it's really, really low. So I don't know exactly if that's going to be a constant, but I probably won't do much with shaders today because it's really kind of choppy, unfortunately. No, nothing else bound to the H key. I've tried all of that, Delara. I've gone through all the hotkey stuff. I appreciate the input, but yeah, I've done all that before the stream. So the first thing I want to look at is some of the shulker boxes. So here's an example of what you can use these guys for. So you can see how the shulker boxes are being displayed flat like that instead of 3D. And that's because we can grab stuff like either this or that, or I think what I was using before was a hanging sign. So you grab your oak box, go to an anvil. Oh, so it uses the side of the texture. Okay. I feel like that's probably going to be the coolest looking. So it uses one experience, and my anvil broke. Crap. So this is the shulker box tooltip. You can look inside of shulker boxes, which is great. What I do find strange about the shulker box labels mod, is that what it's called? Should make sure I get it right. Labeled shulker boxes mod is what it's called. What I do find funny about it is that it doesn't consume the thing that you're putting on the shulker box. It just kind of uses it as a placeholder, but that's what it does. It puts the thing on the top of the box. And so what's nice about that is that if you do that with, oh, I guess I don't have hanging signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then chains. I think this is how you do it. No, it's logs, right? Yeah. Spruce, spruce, spruce. So now when your two wood boxes are next to each other, you can tell the difference. It's so nice. So it's cool that it costs XP, but I do find it funny that it leaves all this stuff in your inventory. So now when we put them back on the wall, I tend to put them in the same order anyway, so I usually know what's up, but even if we move them around the world, this is going to be a lot easier to do. It's odd that it isn't showing up in the menu from you. Could always try a wipe clean those two mods and re-download. I did that right before stream. So I didn't find them on the Modrinth website, Hermes. I found that the Modrinth website pointed me towards GitHub. So if you've got a link that you can share in chat, feel free to toss it in there. Anvil breaking is such a sad noise. Yeah, I agree. So here's another couple of boxes. You know, we've got moss and grass. So previously, these used to stick up. So it would look like this. Like it used to have this kind of a 3D texture to it, and it would stick out of the block. not that far, but it would be about like 3 pixels. So it looked like a button. Like it would look very similar actually to, where did I put those? It wasn't quite this tall, but it would be like that. Like it would stick out quite a bit. And these ones on this version of the mod are flat. I love it. Because previously, in order to keep things flat, I had to use items. But now, I can use a block, which gives me a lot more options for stuff, which is great. And I think that just is super useful. So that's dirt and coarse dirt. Don't know whether that's going to be visually distinctive. We might not be able to do much with that one. I've only got 8 levels left, so we're going to have to go get some more levels. I've got to go back to the main area anyway. So we can mess around with more of that today. I did glass earlier as a test. And so that's what the glass looks like. And you can put any color you want. This is my stained glass box. But really helpful in here, even though we do have the ability to peek inside them, it's just nice to be able to know, like, you know, put a candle on this one, right? I guess I'll do a regular candle. So it's a little annoying that the item actually isn't used up, because it means you get an extra step before you put it back, but like that's really going to help, I think. Redstone, different kinds of sand. You can do stairs too, and I think if I remember correctly from the images I saw online, the stairs actually show up as like on the side. So if I do this, it gives the side texture, so it gives like the L shape, which is cool. This is just supposed to be sand though. So again, super handy. I use it for this a lot too. Three white shulker boxes in your inventory. Helpful to know which is which. Pickaxes. You can probably just use one of these guys. I've got a custom diamond pickaxe texture. I still have not gotten around to do a custom texture for my netherite picks. They're nice and big too, which I like. Very easy to see. And also, it spins. If you watch it, the item... Well, I guess I have to look over here. The item spins around with the shulker box, which is a setting. You can turn that on and off. Anyway, that's super fun. So we've got a lot. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20, 40. I need a good 80 levels, I think, to make a good dent in what I want to do, if not more. So we're going to grab this. I'll bring an empty shulker box in case I need it. I don't remember what's supposed to be there. We need to do two things. We need to go get some levels. And I need to change the radius at the redstone spawn chunks. And I guess we might as well turn on shaders for the walk. Why not? So you can see my shovel is bouncing up and down, but my crosshair is nice and flat. It wasn't doing a heck of a lot with the pick. I don't know why the pick isn't doing anything. Doing a little bit. I wonder if that's specific to each tool. And bombing strength. Separate bobs. Add item. Let's see. Let's just zoom on the map. There's some conflicting hotkeys for sure. Thank you, Hermes. I really appreciate that. Totally not suspicious. It works, says Blast Jordan. Nice. What's puffer working? Don't know what puffer working is. Yeah, we're still only getting 30 frames per second. I don't know why that's so low. What does a pufferfish have to do with lurking, though? You're a pufferfish, okay. So this is one of the reasons I like having my render distance really on high, because you can see things quite far into the distance. The other thing that I'm not sure about, I have a mod called Falling Leaves that allows us to control falling leaves, but falling leaves are now part of Minecraft as of this version. And so I don't know whether the mod is overwriting the vanilla falling leaves or whether the mod is going to go alongside falling leaves. So I don't know. If you're new to the channel, we have command blocks that teleport us to the different build zones. So that was the medieval build zone that we were in. And then you can come back and go to like the modern city or other places. And I saw something in the shader pack that I want to try out in the Nether. It was a little bit too... I also find that this is happening a lot now too. Ever since I updated the server, I find that changes to dimensions and changes to like shader settings tend to really take a long time to load. Advanced colored lighting. This will take a minute here to add, but I think in the Nether this is going to look really cool. How many zones do we have that are built in? There's the starting area zone, medieval fantasy zone, sci-fi zone, which we haven't labeled yet. There's like a Asian Ming Dynasty zone. Isn't that cool? purple light from the portal. How am I getting more FPS? Maybe because I'm in the nether. It looks a little bit too orange in Westhill because everything's lit by lanterns. But I just thought that this was a really cool look. Fun for a little trip to the gold farm, which I'm probably gonna fly. We can see like the fog effects and stuff. You see the mist rising up, steam. Cool. Really wild. Makes this place look really fun. So light going through the pink glass changes the color of the light. Super cool. Oh. Only one nugget. I'm curious to see what we're gonna get. Also, I don't know. Oh, we do have furnace fuel. That's good. This shader does a really good job of making some blocks be shiny as well. Oh, I might still I might have to punch these guys. This might not be. Oh no, they're still mad at me. Okay. Turn that down for now. They're mad, but I'm not getting any XP. That's what's going on. Gotcha. So I need... in here? I guess I don't have a sword? I could have sworn I had a sword somewhere. Guess we need to put a guess we need to put a sword here with sweeping edge. I guess looting will have to do. Yeah, we have to do like some auto. I'll have to figure out a different way to do it. I think the only way to get it to give you XP is to have like an auto clicker. If I wanted to be here on a break or something. I think the problem is also here that they're dying. Maybe I need to back up a little bit. If I kill them on the magma blocks, then their stuff kind of hovers up there. Yeah, I've got mending on it. That's fine. It's all right. We can hang out and chat for a bit. I'm going to get myself up to a decent amount of levels. That, or we can pop over to the end. That might be the faster way to do it, actually. Connected glass texture. That is the continuity mod. Continuity. Plus it has some texture packs with it. Connected textures, custom block layers, and emissive textures. So continuity is the name of it. Fabric mod, and the textures resource packs are the glass pane culling fix and default connected textures. But worth noting that I have a specific glass texture. My glass texture is not 16 by 16, it's 32 by 32. So my stained glass has like a smaller line on the edge. This is half the size. Normally, Is there a glass block next to a real block somewhere? Yeah, you can see it there. So there's the width. There's the width of the line on my glass blocks, but there's the width of a normal pixel in Minecraft. So normally the glass line is like over to here. It's a thicker line, so I've got less. All right, that's going to take too long. Let's go to the end. I forgot about that change. That's fair. Not a big deal. All right, we'll go to the end. Yeah, some of the textures in my texture pack I made myself. Others I have borrowed from players like Fwip and Germsy Boy, and that's why I don't distribute my pack, because it's not mine to distribute. I've also, in some cases, tweaked some of the textures that they have. So Germsy Boy, I think I get inspiration off the top of my head for the Ender Chest being purple and the Ender Pearl being purple instead of green. And then also spruce colored chests for trap chests and oak colored chests for regular chests. I think those were both Germsy Boy ideas. And then Fwip, it's like, I think it was like wheat texture, horse dirt texture. There's a couple of other things. I don't remember what they are. I'm not sure whether it's the Bobby mod that makes this such a pain. It's a long loading time. It never used to be like this. The map works better here now. That's good. I don't remember why that's there. Weird. So this is our Enderman farm. Looks like it's still working. That's good. Just need to grab the sword, which used to be in there. Oh no. I guess we don't have a sweeping edge sword here. That sucks. I guess I could try. I'm not at 30 levels yet. I think it used to be in the item frame. Nothing there. Okay, well. There's an enchanting table up here, which is cool. And that is supposed to be glass out to the void, but it looks more like black carpet. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Didn't see Anything else with sweeping edge? I can't remember if sweeping edge is going to be exclusive from those enchantments. I need to get better at learning how to do behind the scenes stuff, Mikatu. I watched a tutorial online years ago, but it's all changed now, so I don't really know how to do it. I know how to find a texture and change it, but I don't know how to make the actual, like, anything fancy. Like, for example, we've got pebbles in our coarse dirt that no longer work because of the way that it's coded from years ago, and I don't know how to fix it. So people are wondering where the ender pearls are going. We passed an ender pearl storage on the way in. You can see there's a waterway, which weirdly the water's not rendering in. I guess because there's glass in the way. But the ender pearls are being spat out and sent all the way back there. And then they go up into the storage system that's inside the island. When I get to 30 levels, I'll see if I can get sweeping edge. This is really slow though. Like, this should be a lot faster. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so slow. I feel like there's a hole there. Yeah, there is. So there's an endermite right there. That's what they're running towards. And they take fall damage from being up so high. So they're basically one. I think I can one punch them. Yeah. Yeah, you can always ask in the Discord. There's definitely a couple people in the community that are more technical than me. I know that who's really tech savvy? T666 and a couple of other people. I'm just looking at the names right now. It still feels like I have sweeping edge, even though I don't. Just out of curiosity, I should get some lapis if I have it. So that is a enchanting table. Is it not going to work? Oh, because it's already enchanted. Never mind. I need to do it on a book. Man, so many ender pearls. I'd probably just put all this stuff in here. I'm not sure why I'm keeping all of these. We've got tons. A lot of these blocks are just things that we use in the build, so if anything goes wrong, you can build back up again. I'm not sure it's a random. Some of it's meant to be, you know, ways to repair this facility if we ever needed to. To wait till I get 30, I guess. I wish we could do more with them. Like, I wish you could make an ender pearl block. I think that would be cool. Looting 3, looting 1. Oh, maybe we'll put looting on the sword. I don't know that we need looting 3 on it. We don't need more ender pearls. Is there an anvil here? There is an anvil here. Is there anything in here that needs another label? Concrete powder. I think the priority would be the stuff that's in the world rather than my ender chest. Because this, when I'm in the ender chest, I can hover over these and see what's in them. But when they're in the world like this, you have to open them up each time. Grindstone for the wrong enchantment? Yes. Do I have a grindstone? Don't see one. Extra anvils. This place was probably made before grindstones even existed, you know? I don't have one there either. I don't know if I have the things to make a grindstone. It sticks in a smooth stone? I would have it probably back up at the main... Oh, I got a grindstone there. I can probably spare this space. Something I would definitely consider would be a data pack or a mod that would allow us to condense some items in the game. You know how you can make nether wart in the blocks? We've got a data pack from Vanilla Tweaks that allows us to uncraft those. But it would be really cool. Oh, thank you. I need to have a different one for different setups, but yes, sorry about that. Weird. Unbreaking. I mean, that's worth getting, I think. Whoops. We only have so many books, unfortunately. Don't know if I have more books in the ender chest or not. Oh yeah, I've got some. Okay. The cam just needed a break? Yeah. I don't know. I think it's the firmware with the cam link or OBS, and I can't really sort out which. That's why I made the command for people to be able to let me know. And thank you again. I appreciate it. I guess we just go with Unbreaking 1. Sweeping Edge 2. Do we go for Sweeping Edge 2? And see if we can get 2 of them? I say yes. Would it be quicker to unenchant the sword? I don't know. It might be. Now that I've got Sweeping Edge 2, though, I mean, that's almost as good as 3. I guess I could apply it, but that's probably going to cost a lot of levels. Yeah, 5. You still unfortunately pick up ender pearls, which I don't want to do, but you do end up picking some up. I just don't want them in my hotbar so I don't accidentally use them. Oh, Sweeping Edge doesn't exist on Bedrock? Really, Retro? I didn't know that. The enchantment doesn't come up on the table, you gotta reroll anyways? Yes. What does it cost to remove stuff off the sword? I don't remember. Go all the way down to nothing. I don't want to lose the mending. That's the main thing. The real problem with this farm is not the sword. It's the fact that the farm is so slow. So we don't really have a fast XP farm. Oh, you aren't supposed to be up there. Now, there's supposed to be carpet up there. Huh. Don't know how I missed that. I mean, Feather Falling 4 is pretty good. Could use a filler item. Yeah, that's why I filled up my inventory on the hotbar. I don't care really if it goes in here. I can just put it in a chest. Or I can toss them all into the void. Yeah, that's a problem. So you want to have double carpet so that they can't teleport places. That's why there's double carpet all over there. So we have to put some double carpet up there. I'm not sure how I missed that. How big is the spawning platform? What does it look like? It seems like you're not getting high enough pack spawns. Let's use free cam. So there's a ledge that needs double carpet. I don't remember that being there. And that's the spawning platform. I'm pretty sure this is an Il Mango design. So that's the spawning platform. But then there's like a lull. We effectively have sweeping edge because they're so low on health while they're here. Try that again. Looting, unbreaking, power 1. What I should do is just make a new diamond sword. What have we got for stuff? Frostbite is not what I want. Thanks for the heads up, Dan. Appreciate it. I don't want to do the unbreaking just for the sake of doing it. What do we think? Do we risk it for the unbreaking? I already have unbreaking 3. But we can get a couple things in there. You know what? Let's just do it. I don't want to do this all day. That's it. Nice. Sharpness 1. I get sharpness 1 again. What I could do is go on break and let these guys pile up. That could also be a thing too. Yeah, I don't like the enchanting system. We've talked about this on the Spun Chunks a number of times. I really feel like enchanting should be more adventure and collecting rare items than RNG. And I don't like the RNG aspect of it. I think that's why they introduced villager trading and stuff. I mean, I'm only doing this because I'm here. If I was at the villager trading hall back at in Dartmouth Meadows, then like we would just be able to get the sweeping edge there, I think. As long as I had enough levels to enchant the book. No, not levels. Emeralds. Emeralds would be the bottleneck for me right now. I've only got 10. Should give you a selection. Yeah. I think the enchanting systems should work like the tier systems in RPGs. You know, like in Craftmine. Like, you know, you get the talent tree. I think enchanting should be a talent tree. It's like, you are here with this sword. You can, you know, take it to, you know, your sword is now at level 10. Do you want unbreaking? Do you want sharpness? Like, what do you want? So even if all you had to do was just like fight mobs to get a sword to a certain level, I think that would be fine. You use only books retro? Yeah, I can see why. I can see why. Another sharpness 1. Did I have a sharpness 1 already? I did. So we'll do that. Sharpness 2. Oh, no, sweeping edge is what I wanted. That was extra XP I didn't need to spend. Whoops. That's the one I want. This has unbreaking on it. I could also just make another diamond sword. I do like being end game for this kind of stuff. It takes a lot of the, you know, pressure off of it. Oh, I got an Enderman head. Love the concept of the table though, because it allows for better role play, but I'm not smart enough to figure out how to make it better. It's not it's an old system. I think it's a dated video game system, not just that, you know. Punch, efficiency, feather falling. Okay. Let's diamond sword, smite, unbreaking. I guess we'll do single. Try the sword again. Try the book again. If I can't get anything at this round of 30, then I'll go on break and I'll let these guys pile up and then we'll try it again when we get back. And then I'll head home. I'm not sure what the question mark means. I guess it could mean more. Nope. All right. Sweeping edge 2 might be the best we get. I'm curious to see how many are going to show up. So I'm going to hang out here and go on a short break. I'm going to reheat my coffee and grab another glass of water. You should too. Grab a friend, grab a snack, and we'll be right back. Looks to be quite a few of them piled up here. They're even dying. Still not a lot of XP. Thanks, Dan. Power. I guess we'll just do that. Sharpness 4 and breaking 3 and breaking. We might want to go with the sharpness 4. Yeah, let's try the sharpness 4. Or I guess I could reset one more time. Sweeping edge 1. Sweeping edge 2. Do I have another sweeping edge? I don't think I do. Guess I should have gone for the sweeping edge 4. Right, one more try. Does not look good. It seemed to be building up a little bit faster now. That's the other thing, is that this got worse as the game expanded and gave you more enchantments for different things. It becomes harder. Knockback and breaking smite. Nope, and that's all my books, except for one. So it looks like Unbreaking 3, Sweeping Edge 2, Sharpness 2. Probably the way to go. But if that's the case, I should just put it maybe on that one. Because it's got mending. Yeah, once it hits 50, they start to die. This might be my best sword. I guess I could always enchant this and then disenchant it. Oh, that doesn't cost anything. For some reason I thought that costed something. Sweeping Edge 3. And so that just needs to have probably Unbreaking and Mending. I don't think I have mending books just kicking around. Nope. Don't think there was any books in here. We could check back at the top of the ladder. We might have some stuff there too. Edge 3. Alright, so bring that with us. I guess I can put... I'll put these two back for now. XP flowing into you is still a very satisfying thing. We'll probably combine those two. Right, what was I supposed to go back for? I just said this. Oh, there might be a mending book up in the other place. Right. Yeah. Alright, we'll do that real quick. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. That's just a smelter. That's all in stone. All dies. Okay. Worth a look. I've never been here with shaders where they make things look reflective. It's cool. It's a little pixelated on the ceiling. which I think is concrete. All right, before this gets crazy, what I should do I have magenta carpet? I can make some. Do I have any in here? Yes. All right, that should solve that problem. And I guess we'll just spend a little bit of levels and combine these two. Sweeping edge, unbreaking is 8, 12. We'll just use that from now on, I guess. Don't know what I'm going to do with all these books. I guess I could disenchant the ones I don't want. Some of them are okay. Yeah, one swing is better. That's for sure. I'm sure what's happened, and certainly has happened in the past, is that I've probably just straight up left with it in my inventory by accident. Not sure. That's a wall. I'm not sure what we could do here to let the X be underneath. And this is now super slow again. I guess we could do some of this. Warped and ice. But really, I think maybe the ones in the world are the way to go. Backpack needs a proper... What do we put on the backpack? What would be a good block for the backpack? Beacon, maybe? Probably crafting table. Yeah. Oh, set on the wrong one. Okay. I think that's probably about as much of this as I want to do today. It sucks that they changed the gold farm mechanics. I mean, I know why they did it, but it just means we really don't have a very fast XP farm on the server anymore. I'll have to sort that out. And this place has been blown up by the Ender Dragon a couple of times, so not even finished. I'm not even sure what to do. I want to fight the Ender Dragon a couple more times on the server and then call it done. Like no more Ender Dragon fights, and then we can build something cool in the end and not have to worry about it being destroyed. Some cool void lighting though. By the way, for anybody that wants to fight the dragon in a fun way, make some towers with water columns in the middle. The soul sand keeps on getting destroyed, but it allows you to get up really high very quickly, so you can take out the regeneration crystals and stuff. Well, that's a fast way to get back to Westhill, and we're going to turn off the actually, hold on. Just before I do that, we go upstairs. It's really cool in the main hall because of the fire in the fireplace and the chandeliers. Kind of a cool, very cool warm feeling up here. That was kind of fun. The colored lighting it's not affected by the windows anymore with this setting on. The brightness of the chandeliers takes over, which is too bad. You see a little bit of blue happening in here though. Cool. It's probably from those. Actually, I'll turn it off while we're up here so you can see the difference. That's the difference. It's fun while it lasts, but it's really low frame rates for me. Miss Turk, thanks very much for the heads up. I will have to check that out. Thought I had a thing of books here. I do. Get that back to normal. All right, so priorities for telling some of these guys apart. I would say stone and tough and stuff. So 1, 2. Grab these guys first. Oh, that's tough. Never mind. Actually, you know, andesite might be better off with the polished andesite. And cobblestone. Is that all of them? That's all of them. All right, other priorities would be gravel, deep slate. Good way we can probably combine those two together. Salt would be another good one. Clay. Ripstone. Yeah, I wonder if we should really maybe we should combine. I use the cobble deep slate more than I do deep slate. Yeah, definitely helpful. Don't usually bring that one out in the world very much. Those ones are pretty self-explanatory. I think we should do maybe a couple of these over here. Certainly some of my green bins are harder to separate. Dirt and coarse dirt. I don't know whether that's going to be really visual, but I do that. I feel like we can probably keep these. Just an empty shulker box now. Whoops. If anything, I would prefer if this actually used up the block when you put it on top of it. I guess we could try a coarse dirt slab. That might help. So that's just dirt. Pretty straightforward. Coarse dirt though. That's pretty close. What if we did that? That's probably going to be better. Yeah. I'm less worried about how it looks and more worried about being able to tell them apart. That looks, although I say that and that looks kind of funky. What if we did this block instead? Much prefer that. You can see what I mean about the frame rate being really low. Bamboo should be pretty self-explanatory. We'll use one of those. Green bin. Come back to that. Mangrove. Bush box. Probably oak leaves. Maybe azalea sapling, maybe azalea leaves. Definitely just grass. Yeah. What do we think for the green bin? Maybe one of the sweet berries? Seeds? Yeah, that's probably the easiest one to differentiate. An odd texture. I think I should be able to tell the difference between the azalea. I guess what I could use is I could use the flowering azalea. Even though I don't use it that much in the world, I think it'd be better to be able to quickly discern. Yeah. Be a little bit more obvious. Do they change orientation? Oh, they do. That's cool. It rotates based on how you've placed it. That's great. The other one didn't do that. The other one didn't do that. The other pack didn't do that. I've got 10 more. Dirt landscaping definitely needs it because I take that out in the world and that needs some TLC. What would be a good... Probably rooted dirt, I think, for that one. Tables and chairs. I don't know if this will work because it's a data pack. Armor stand. Okay. Was worth a shot. This one might be just better left on its own. We got Sweeping Edge 2, I think is what we settled for. We got to. If I remember, right? I could do the rest of the wood, but I feel like there's other stuff that might be better. Probably the white ones be good to do. Snowball, obviously. Bone meal, I think. And then I need to make a hanging sign. You really get to see how not white pale oak is. Very off-white. Oh, that's so helpful. Nice. 6 left. The pack supports all the wood types, right? The data pack? Which one? The tables and chairs? Yes. Music for gaming. This is labeled shulker boxes. It's brand new. It does give you some options. You can enable label rendering, enable flat rendering, and enable label rotation. And that's the logo for it. Very similar to Shulker Plus, if you are familiar with that. But Shulker Plus is not kept up to date. Should be taking stuff out of these first. I don't know why I'm not doing that. There goes the anvil. I guess I gotta build another one of those. Oh, we forgot to change the rendering distance in spawn chunks. We'll have to go back and do that. Crap. Two left. I guess we just complete this one. Nice. Back down to 0. Not bad, though. You could theoretically use a sign for the shulkers. Why would I need to use stairs as a sign? Oh, you mean like a stair for a sign here? Yeah. Yeah, that could be doable. All right, I forgot about the we should sleep. I forgot about changing the spawn chunks. I want to go back and do that. And I need to look up the whatchamacallit? A break first. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good idea, Dan. Yeah, I agree. Armor stand would be confusing. Yep. I agree. Yeah, I'll take a break first. So once again, folks, I step away about once an hour. Gives me a chance to grab another glass of water. Gives you a chance to grab a snack and let a friend know that we're streaming. The more people, the more merry we are here on the channel. So I will see you in just a few minutes. All right, sorry for the little bit of a delay there, but there is good reason. Oh, those still don't stack. But we want to test a couple things here. I've installed a new version of Tables and Chairs that Mr. 7 released today. So this should go back in the top stack. See if that's going to work. Yes. Okay. So those restack. I don't know why those won't. Those were not stacking before, but that's fine. We can leave those over there. So that fixed. And what we also could not do was we couldn't put mini blocks on these things. They would end up losing their texture. They still lose their texture. So that doesn't work. And I don't know whether that's a problem for mini blocks or whether that's a problem for tables and chairs, but that really limits what I can do from a decoration standpoint. That still works on regular blocks though. So if we go and grab something like this, then the mini block functions as you'd expect, and it allows us to push it on an angle too on a regular block. So the question is, so if I go angle here, it still goes straight on and loses the texture. And one more thing. I'm going to try putting it on there first and then putting the table underneath it. If that works, then we can still do stuff. It's just it'll be a little bit of an extra step. No, so we can't place anything. We still can't place the tables underneath blocks, and that's a problem too. All right, well, that limits what we can do. Try shift punching it. Okay, so it's so if you have both of these data packs, folks, then you have to shift place on the table. At least we can do it. That's what we had to do before, and that's fine. I don't mind that. I'll grab one more. So we'll just have to be very careful. It is really strange, I find, that you can't place the tables under something. So for example, like if I do this, if I wanted to, I don't know what reason I would have, but if I wanted to put a table down here, I can't, even though it should fit. And I can do that no problem. At least it still works. I'm happy to know that we can at least get it to work. All right, I need some more rockets. I'm so glad that labels are back. It makes my life so much easier. Especially on big projects like this, man. Okay, so two things. I want to go change the spawn chunk stuff. And I want to go find some of the new stuff from 1.21.5. We spent the whole day doing like logistics and inventory sorting. I want to do something fun. So I think Mr. 7, if you can't fix the placement of the head on the table, I think removing the ability to place stuff on top would be good too. Oh, I've got the wobbly leaves on. I don't like that. Let's change that. Materials, other, atmosphere, other. How do I turn off the wobbly leaves? Add special animations and emission to nether portals. Waving textures. There we go. Waving grass. No. Waving water height. I guess we'll leave that on. I haven't noticed it. Waving lily pad. No. No. Sure. That's a cool feature. No waving in closed areas. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I prefer the non-wobble. I don't remember where I am. There we go. So this is spawn. And it previously was locked, and now it's not. And what we have hooked up, and this is from a long time ago, but essentially the ender pearls from the end get collected here. And so when you first logged onto the server, you could like grab ender pearls, but it doesn't seem to be working anymore. There's also like food and stuff in the chest, and I guess that's just light reflecting around. Huh. It's an odd. They're not waterlogged. It's weird. And we had like starter kits for people, but obviously not a lot of people have been joining the server. We've had the same 5 or 6 people for 6 years. Still only getting 30 frames a second. That's too bad. So this is the iron farm. That's full, and that's not. That means that we're probably not quite full up. Yeah, okay, so we've got, oops, 64, 64, and 52, and that's full. So we've got 52 on the third slot. So I need to figure out how to increase the distance. And Hermes says that I had the right command. Don't know if I can sleep in the rain or not. I'm not a huge fan of the portal animations. I feel like it's very dark. Like it's very black. I prefer purple. Yes, it is a thunderstorm. Okay. Jay Shaps. Been listening to the podcast for years. This is my first time catching the stream. Nice to see Westhill in person. Very cool. Thank you. And it looks great. That's amazing. I really appreciate it. That shaman should set it back to the original default. Okay. So, well, before we do original default, let's just take a minute here and figure out how many chunks we want this to be. So, really the only redstone farm we have is this one. And this one. But this is so big and powerful, I never run it when I'm not online. So the iron farm is the one that we want going. This is the moss farm. And the spawn is like those chunks, like those 4 blocks right there in the middle of this chunk. That's the spawn chunk. And then like the 20 by 20 circle, like that's the spawn. So if you die without a bed, that's where you show up. So a radius of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's the original 6. You can see the little redstone thing there. I think I thought I had put out markers somewhere. Yeah, there's some stone markers there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like it's a radius of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A radius of 6 would be fine. Because again, we've got nothing else under here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Radius of 6 should be good. All right. And so that command, just a game rule. And so let's go 6. Spawn chunk radius. Now, is that going to change the spawn chunks, like where people will respawn? Or is it going to change just the redstone? Because the new default is like 1 or 2, isn't it? Spawn chunk game rule is now set to 6. Okay. We need to make sure that this is working for starters. I've not heard a golem come down the whole time we've been here. Villagers are there. Zombie is there. They're panicking. Not seeing a golem. I wonder if they need to be loaded here for a full day since we've updated the server. I think there's a separate command for player spawning radius. I think it's just spawn radius. Okay, cool. Let's check that out. Spawn radius, spawn chunk radius. I really wish they gave us tooltips. Like, I wish they would tell us like what that actually meant in the game. That's probably a data pack or a mod. New default is 2. Yeah, that's what I thought. Jay Shaps, thanks again for coming in, and thanks for saying hi. It's always cool to have Spawn Chunks listeners in the chat. I'm not seeing any golems, so I'm thinking we probably have to do a full day cycle for these guys to really be registered as a village, I guess. This seems to be doing okay. Don't think we have any bone meal on the go. Oh, we do. Okay. Cool, cool. So what's happening is this is the a very small version of a moss farm designed by El Mango, and it does create both kinds of moss, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's the pale moss right there. And then it all comes into this collection system and gets sorted into those chests, and then anything overflow goes into the bone meal. But this is an old part of the server. Really old part of the server. You got a long work commute, and me and Pix have a go a long way to keeping you sane. Well, that's good. That's how I used to listen to podcasts as well. I'm wondering if that is maybe the spawn chunks. I'm pretty sure this four block radius is the spawn. Don't know why there's lava in there. So that I think is my falling leaves mod. I don't think that's the vanilla falling leaves. I just want to make sure that the iron farm is working, and then once we can confirm that it's working, I'll go into the desert or something and look for some of the new features. Again, I probably just have to sleep. So 2, 3, 2, 1. And this was 64, 64, 52, I think. Yep. I need to set up a trap for these guys because they keep on coming through. So all of this stuff, the poppies are being sorted down here. We've got this entire contraption that turns the poppies into all the different kinds of dyes that's possible. So we've got pink, white, and red, and then just poppies in general. A turtle egg drop. Yeah, that's what I think I need to do. I agree. Not sure where I would put it. I guess maybe like one there and one here. I think I did a pretty good job of hiding the back room. Like you kind of have to sneak through the portal and go over to the side. There's these two little holes in the texture to get to the back here. I really like the way that they handle the water with this theater pack. Oh yeah, it's just a little bit of wobble. I'm okay with that. Sometimes the wobble is just too much. There's a cool shot. The bridge looks rad. Which one? This one? So that's actually the collection chute for the moss farm. And thanks, da-da-dee-da. All right. After we sleep, we should start to get golems, I hope. It does sort of look like a bridge. I agree. Oh, you've not seen the iron farm? There's a bunch of YouTube videos. I think there was a good month where I took the opportunity to revamp the iron farm because it was broken. So I redesigned it. And those VODs are all over on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. So brand new day. Are we going to get some melty face golems here? I hope so. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on. There's no spawning spaces on the outside of that. This was really tricky to like decorate and have it be not something that would spawn a golem. But that is not a good sign. It should be working. Might have to wait until they sleep. Would they have not slept? Or did me sleeping cause a problem? Love the way that the glass looks on the server. Thanks. It's a combination of two things. It is this mod, continuity for connected textures, and my own personal glass texture is you can see it here. It's a 32 by 32 texture. So we talked about this earlier, but the line on the edge of the glass is half the width it normally is, because there's a full pixel in Minecraft and then there's my line. So it's just a little bit more subtle. Thanks. Yeah. It's something I did very, very early on before I get into any kind of mods or data packs. I tweaked some textures. I don't know if there's any other custom textures here. It's really only the glass on these builds. This is an old part of the server, so I try to keep it pretty standard. Although we added copper, obviously, when I wanted to make this look like a steam pipe, you know. So like there's like a little cauldron here where all the golems are melted, and then there's the steam pipes going up here. They sort of look like they're going into the pillars, and then there's pipes in the ground and pipes in the ground over here. Why is this not working? All right, well, while we're waiting for daylight to shift around, what I can do for folks that are new, you probably have not seen Dartmouth Meadows, so we'll walk over to Dartmouth Meadows. May have to replace the workstation and beds in the farm. The update may have messed with it. Oh man, that's going to be a pain. The workstation would be easy enough to fix. I think they're all barrels. This is the starting area for the server. I guess I could have increased the range to include some of our farms over here, like the sugarcane farm and whatnot. But that would be pretty far, I think. Oh yeah, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably 16 or 18 chunks. That'd be a little bit too much, I think. Yeah, I really like the way the water looks with these shaders. Custom wheat texture for people that were asking about custom textures. Still getting really low frames though. All right, well, what can we go on a mission to find? We need to find desert stuff. So we need cactus flowers, dry grass, and bushes. Bushes is another thing. Yeah, so new features in 1.20. 1.5. Cold and warm variants of pigs and chickens and stuff. Not too worried about that. Sheep now spawn with wool color depending on the biome. Spawn eggs. Fallen tree generation. Firefly bush. Right. Firefly bush. Leaf litter. Wildflower blocks. Bush blocks. Yeah, a lot of decoration stuff. Okay, cool. Well, I can pop over to the swamp while we're waiting for daylight to shift. And see if there's any firefly bushes there. We may have to find a new swamp. I don't know. Either way, people that are new in the chat get a little bit of a tour. Yeah, really strange that it takes so long to load. Some of our nether is very old. Oh, and the map's not working in here anymore. Weird. So this is the witch farm. Probably have to get some new chunks loaded. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, I imagine we probably have to travel outside of our loaded chunks in the map. Shouldn't have to go too far though. This is all my area for farming, so most other players don't come over here. Don't see anything new. I'm assuming they're going to be pretty easy to spot. Whoops. Not seeing any giveaways either with like new animal variants. Oh, thanks, Daddy Death. Appreciate that. I like to keep it pretty chill. I think it's the same way we approach the spawn chunks, you know? Don't want eggs. We have exited the swamp biome. Oh, there's more over there. It is about to get very dark. Some weird floaty tree things. So I mean, this is long enough, I think, for the villagers to have gone to sleep. Do we think? Also, if I grab a torch, I think I've got lighting. Yes. Just so it's not so dark for stream. Oh, I thought those were new, but they're just dandelions. That's a lot of creepers. Holy crap. I'm not seeing anything helpful. Miss Turk, you remember coming across me randomly in 2020. Wow. That's a while ago. I mean, the server is coming up on 8 years old. All right, let's head back towards the iron farm, I guess. I definitely turned around. I thought I was going the other way. Not seeing any wildflowers. Not seeing any bushes. We may have to go back up to Westhill to load new chunks. Yeah, this would have all been loaded before. We might have to replace those workstations. That's going to be a pain. There's a barrel on either side. Oh, gone. Sweet. Saw that. Okay, so that's working. Good. So was it working that whole time, or was it just working now? It was working that whole time, because our count was 52. So that's at least 18 ingots have come in. So for people that were not here when I built this, we take the ingots. This is underneath. You'll see it actually right now. You'll see the ingots and the poppies fall down. There you go. And poppies go that way, ingots go this way, and then down below there's a crafter that turns it into an iron block, and then that gets sent over. Where is it? Yeah. So the iron block gets sent up over there. Yeah. There we go. Cool. All right. That's working. Good. Good, 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 good. And working at a good clip. I can hear it going. So we would have been far enough away, I think, that this wasn't loaded. However, we're going to go see more stuff and see if this loads while we are really far away. 55. So it was 64, 64, 55. And I guess, where are we going to go to get new chunks? I guess we go to the World Hub, and then we'll maybe teleport back to Westhill. And then we'll go check out the desert north of Westhill, maybe? Might be a good idea. That, or we could try the modern city. So I don't know where there's a desert down here. Our normal desert for consumption of stuff. I thought it should be loaded. Maybe this, I just haven't loaded it with this map. This map doesn't indicate necessarily loaded or unloaded chunks. This is just the last time the map has been updated by me. Yeah, I guess we'll go back to Westhill. But instead of going south, we'll go north, and we'll see what we can see. I thought I was pretty good at trimming these chunks a couple versions ago, but I don't know if I've flown up here since. Chances are where this map is showing, I probably have. No, I didn't prune anything. I don't even remember the last time I pruned something. Would have been whenever there was a large change. Normally I only prune the end for chunks. I mean, a really good giveaway would be any kind of like desert flowers or dry grass. Or chunks that are taking forever to load. Might indicate something new. Cool sound effects. I've not been in a desert since they started doing all the windy sand effects and stuff. That's fun. Yeah, I like that a lot. Can you guys hear that on stream? You're probably hearing mostly my footsteps. Actually, I wonder if I can... blocks. I'm not sure what's it under. Yeah, the ambient stuff is really cool. I agree. This is just a little desert. I think the big one's over this way. That's a lot of floating animals. What's going on there? I would say we're in new chunks. Oh, there's a guardian temple up here. I'd say you folks used to have land, and now you don't. Yeah, that's a weird phenomenon. I agree. All the cows are normal. I'm going to need a lot more rockets if this keeps up. If anybody sees anything, definitely tag me in chat or use a highlight or something. I'm not seeing any variants for the animals either, which is discouraging. Because you'd think that would indicate new chunks, right? Oops. What mod is being used for the shulker displays? That is labeled shulker boxes. Yep, labeled shulker boxes. Logo looks like that. Do you use multiple flight durations? Yes. Most of the time I just use flight duration 1 because I'm usually not flying long distance. I'm usually just flying around a build, and I find the flight duration 3 is too much. Well, this is not a desert. I don't remember, are there bushes in the taiga biomes? My guess is no. It would be really neat if there was an in-game data packer mod that would give you like an indication whether you've loaded that chunk before or not. That would be helpful too. Thought that was a cow for a second. I got excited. Polar bear, you don't see that every day. I don't build much in frosty biomes in Minecraft, but I do think they're very pretty. Maybe that's the Canadian in me. Right, this is just getting colder. I feel like at the slow rate that these things are loading in, that we're probably in new chunk territory. Yep. Might be easier to go on foot for a little bit. Uh-oh. Dangerous. Oh, those look like new cows. So at least we know we're in new chunks. There's a new bush, I think. Cool. This is the first time I've actually seen them in game. New woolly cows. Nice. We're gonna go. I need. Do I have my? I think I brought shears. I did. Okay. Fire for the bush. Nice. Don't know how we get more of those. I guess we. Can you bone meal them? I think you can. It's not like I do a news show about Minecraft where I should know all this stuff, right? Convenient. All kinds of firefly bushes over here. Do, 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 do. I didn't think they happened in cold biomes. That's a lot of kitties. Looks like the new pigs as well. Yep. Cool. All kinds of really fun animals. Jackpot. Bone milling will generate more? Okay, cool. I don't need to get a ton then. I'll just get these while I'm here. And then I guess the bush. There it is, there. That's the new bush. I think those are going to look really good in the western quarter of Westhill. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. These might be fun to plant in like a wheat farm. Just for like the ambience of having the fireflies around. I don't think I brought any of my bone meal with me. Don't think I have anything in the ender chest that's bone meal related. I mean, I could probably compost some stuff, but that would be it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so that got us firefly bush, regular bush. I don't care about shortgrass. So now we've got to find a warm biome because we've got to find wildflowers, short dry grass and tall dry grass, and cactus flowers. I really like the new ambient sounds. New ambient sounds are cool. Guess we'll try west. No, east. Oh, east. I'm not seeing any wildflowers. Probably a lush cave down there, though. Couple of them. Or one giant one, maybe. Anybody remember off the top of their head what biomes that wildflowers spawn in? Is it birch? Maybe we'll slow down and walk a little bit through here. Heard a skeleton somewhere. A meadow type, okay. Oof. That is large. And weird. I thought this kind of stuff was supposed to be a thing of the past. I didn't think that we were supposed to get these broken up formations anymore. We're getting into warmer biomes, though. That's good. Man, the ambience is really fun. Oh, is the Shattered Savannah still intentional? Yeah, I've never liked this stuff in Minecraft. I think it looks dumb. If you're going to do it, I'd rather you do it so that it looks intentional. It just looks like the game breaking to me. I mean, this is crazy tall. This is actually a mangrove swamp. Maybe we'll find something over there. Oh, that was the new cow. So this is the warm weather cow. Very cool. And then that's the warm weather pig, I think. Yeah. So we haven't seen any of the new chickens, but we've seen all the new animals. The new cows and chickens. Oh, there's a new chicken. Fun. I prefer the gray one, but that's cool too. And it looks like there's a desert just over the hill. Oh, another savanna. Oh, there's the dry grass. Ta-da. So this is the short dry grass. This is the tall dry grass. Yeah. Huh. Curious how this stacks up next to... Oh, they don't go in the center of the block. That's cool that they have that height variance though. I'm sure we can bow meal some as well, but we're just gonna grab some real quick. And the sand ambience is definitely peak. I like it. It's almost like something creeping up on you. Like they did a decent job of combining it with the feeling of like, is that something making that noise or is it the sand, you know? That's a natural spawning camel as well. Oh, cactus flower, yay. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to take this out here so that we don't lose the flower. Now, I think we can just grow cactus flowers now. I don't know if I had to come this far for a cactus flower. I think we can just grow them on our own. Yeah, I think the change to the camel spawn mechanics was good too. I agree. So the only thing we have not yet found is the wildflowers, right? But we also haven't seen the cold weather chicken. And the new variants for wolves. No, sound variants for wolves. I don't care about sound variants for wolves. And I haven't seen a fallen tree, but I'm not too worried about that. I am capable of making my own. Firefly bush block. Got it. Leaf litter block. Oh, leaf litter. We haven't seen any leaf litter yet either. We can make leaf litter though. We can just smelt. We can just smelt bushes, right, to turn into leaf litter. Yeah, we got a cactus flower. We did. They're very rare. I'm not seeing them. Although I guess we haven't been in this area long enough for them to actually grow. Oh, there's some natural wheat at a village. I think it'll be fun to put the dry grass texture next to my custom wheat texture to see what that looks like. Oh, will one rocket get us there? Come on, just a little bit. Hold your breath. Okay. So I'm curious now. So that's my custom wheat texture that I picked up from Jersey Boy. Quite a bit shorter. But that looks like wheat growth stages, right? Like we talk a lot on the Spun Chunks about not being able to stop crops when you want them to stop. And I think that's a really good way to make it look like wheat growth stages. So some adjustments might happen in Westhill near the roads. Very cool. I like it. Looks like a savanna and a... Guess we'll go west again.
Sorry, I meant east. Oh, there's a natural cactus flower. Cool. I think I saw another one up here too, yeah. They make a different noise. They make like a funny little crunchy noise. Oh, there's lots now. Look at all of them. There are some days I miss like the full-on exploration in Minecraft. That's really cool. You got like a desert temple right next to a Badlands. Exploded Badlands, I think they're called now. Cool. I think that's good. Well, I say that, but there's like 6 right here. Might as well, right? Whoop! Glad I saw that. I really like these shaders. I wish my frame rate would get a little bit higher. It was decent. Like when I wasn't in Westhill, I was getting 40 to 50, and I can live with that. But when it gets down to 30, it's definitely noticeable. I've got a 2K monitor, so I find that sub 40 a little jittery. Yeah, I know he flew over one. I don't care. Okay, let's see what direction we think a meadow might be. Desert looks really good with the dry grass in them. I really like the change. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we do go a little bit west. The sea does have large biomes, so unfortunately, for exploration it can mean a little bit of a longer trek. But when you're building something, it's cool because then you've got the same biome for usually like as far as you can see. Not seeing any wildflowers. That looks like a wolf's head. Or a jackal's head, I guess. With the dry grass and the hay, you can bone meal the dry grass to get tall dry grass? Yes. Can you make more dry grass? So like, you can bone meal small dry grass to get tall, but how do you get more regular dry grass? Does it same way that the bush works, if I remember? It goes in like a cross pattern, which is annoying. I don't particularly like that mechanic. It spreads, yeah, okay. I thought so, Yowie. Thank you. I would like to find some wildflowers. This very similar to Vibrant Visuals. I find that the grass at this time of day does look a little bit plastic. Maybe we can cheat with the map. A lot of hay bales. Oh, maybe we'll get lucky out this way. Oh, there's some leaf litter. Nice. They did a really good job of reducing how much of this shows up in the forests. It used to be really dense, and I think it looks a lot better now. Oh my gosh, how much do you get? Do you get 4 per? You do. Wow, that took no time to get 2 stacks. Nice. That's awesome. I would say this would be well worth your time. Unless you've got bushes to burn, literally, it is definitely worth it to just go find a forest and get some. That is way faster. Yeah, okay, wow. That'll do me for a while. Famous last words. Fallen tree. Someone was asking about a fallen tree, if we'd seen a fallen tree. I like that there's leaf litter on top of it, too. That's cool. I like that they added that it would fall down the cliff, too. That's cool. The only thing it's missing? Maybe a little bit of... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I guess you couldn't... Huh. I was trying to trim that down. I guess you can't do that. Fallen tree with a mushroom on it? That's cool. Actually, you know what? I should take a screenshot of that. Something to talk about on the show. And still no wildflowers. Maybe up there? I'm on a mission now. Oh, jungle temple. You are very high up there, my friend. Oh, here we go. That didn't take very long at all. Nice. No shears required. You get 4 per. Nice. Very easy to grab enough of these. They're really cute. I like them. What's really fun about these is being able to create patterns with them, right? That's the bottom left-hand corner. And then I wanted to do that, and then 1, 2, 3. So and sort of connect them. Not as dense as leaf litter, but still pretty good. I don't know that I've ever seen one of these naturally in the game either. Been the server, it's the thing when you have a server that's this old, your new chunks are very rare. I will take that though. I don't necessarily need those, but actually, you know what? I'll take that too. Give me 1 second here, folks. Sorry. Every now and again, you gotta bring out the band hammer. Ooh, pumpkins. Okay. I'd say that's probably pretty good. Very pretty. Really, really pretty stuff. I think that's everything. We are probably miles from home. Oh boy, are we. Holy crap. See, this is the kind of generation I like. This to me looks a lot better than the shattered savannah. Am I in the right line? No. I'll check to see if there's another lodestone down there, though. That's actually buried in the sand. That's cool. I didn't know they did that. How cool is that? You're gonna have another lodestone for me? I want to be very careful I do not fall into lava. Little dig, little excavation. Speaking of, man, this is a death trap for if you were brand new to the game. This would be tricky. Or if you're 7 years in. Not seeing a chest. Maybe they don't all have chests. I do not want to suffocate and die, thanks very much. Huh. Oh well, never mind. I'll take the free sand, though. Can't wait for Tango to get his hands on what, Dan? Little coral reef down there. Oh, the new lodestones, yeah. Yeah, they're craftable now, aren't they? Oh, they were. Yeah, they were before. I mean, they were more. They're more accessible now. That's what I meant. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they required netherite. Now they're just iron, right? Oh, Danny, you've not seen a mangrove swamp before? We've got a huge one. Somewhere over there, maybe. Not the most exciting trip home. Lots of new chunks. Really hope I don't fly into anything. It's like a lot of ocean. Some parrots. Almost there. You've not come across them in any of your worlds. That's too bad. Man, there's just nothing but blue. I was thinking the other day would be a really fun challenge to do like an all water world. Interesting. Oh yes, the floating sheep, where there used to be continent and now there's just nothing. Except for a ocean monument. Oh, thank goodness for the wandering trader. Yeah, we've turned off the wandering trader on the server. Well, this was kind of a fun romp. Going around with all the new content and shoring stuff up. I guess I don't really want to go all the way home. I want to go back to spawn to double check on the iron farm before we log out. Did what get buffs, Mikatu? I don't think Guardians got buffs. This looks like a airport strip. Oh, the traders. Yes, the traders got a buff. Why, Jan? Hello, hello. How's it going? We've got all the new 1.20, 21.5 stuff now. So once we get back to the portal, which is right there, I'll go to the iron farm and we'll double check to see how that's coming together. I need to make this place more accessible. This could be a fun project after Westhill to just kind of like put permanent paths and stuff around here. So you don't have to jump around all the time. And we need to replace a good XP farm on the server now too. All right, so previously our numbers were 2, 3, 2, 1 going right to left over here. So 12, 15, 6, and 4. So it's not even. I've not divided them evenly, but it is working, so that's good. And then just before we left, the numbers were 64, 64, and 55 for the iron. And that's blocks. Yeah, so we've got quite a bit. Quite a bit more. Yay, I'm glad that's working. Good stuff. Very cool. All right, folks, that's where I need to wrap things up. I need to pass you along to somebody else playing Minecraft for the rest of your day, so don't go anywhere. But you can come back here tomorrow for another stream at 1 o'clock Atlantic. That's UTC minus 4 hours, I believe. You can follow me on social media at Joel Duggan, very easy to find, and check out patreon.com/Joel Duggan. That's how you can join the Discord, talk about some cool technical stuff like Under the Hood Minecraft or AI or video games. We talk a lot about Star Wars and Lego. Lots of cool nerdy conversations happening in the Discord. I think you will enjoy it. Check out the Spawn Chunks podcast every Monday. It's all about Minecraft. And of course, the Citadel Cafe is hopefully recording another one this May. Steven and I are trying to nail down a time when we can actually sit down and do that. So check that out at thecitadelcafe.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Spawn Chunks is also available wherever you're listening. Spawn Chunks has a video version on Spotify and on YouTube, so super easy to track down. Let me just see who's live now before I can pass you along. You know what? Oh, Tunnel Rats. We have not rated Fwip in a while, and I mentioned Fwip earlier. So let's send everybody over to Fwip. I think you'll enjoy a fantastic builder, fantastic dude that's filled in for Johnny on the Spawn Chunks a couple of times, so you might even be familiar. So enjoy your afternoon with Fwip, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.